Hello, hello, Nurse Mo here, popping into your podcast feed with a self-care reminder for my American listeners. Happy Election Day! The beautiful thing about our nation is we have a say in how it is run. We have a say in our rights. We have a say in our future. And we do that by voting and for electing people who align with our hopes, our values, and what we deem most important to us. And regardless of how you vote, you could be feeling some stress or anxiety today because the stakes are high, right? They're always so high. I want you to make a commitment to yourself that you will take care of yourself today and do something that brings you joy. Do something that enables you to connect with the people that you love. And if you can, get outside and be in nature and move your body. These very simple things really are rejuvenating for the spirit, calming for the mind, and so good for you. And if you have not yet voted, I have got some helpful Election Day info for you in this announcement. So, for those of you who have not registered to vote, many states have in-person same-day voter registration that you can complete today. So these are California, Colorado, Connecticut, the District of Columbia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Dakota, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Now, if I didn't mention your state, it's because I'm human and sometimes I don't get everything right, so double check at vote.gov. Next, you might be wondering, where is my local polling place? Just go to Google, type in, find my polling place, or you can go to all.votinginfotool.org. I will link to that in the episode notes. Also, make sure you know what to bring. Some states do require identification, so if you're not sure, check online. Now, it's also really important that you know your voting rights. So, let's go through some of them. First off, if the polls close while you are in line, stay in line. You have the right to vote and the right to have your vote counted. If you make a mistake on your ballot, you can ask for a new one. So just ask the poll worker for a new one. And if the machines are down at your polling place, don't just go home. Ask for a paper ballot instead. Now, if you run into any problems, you can call the Election Protection Hotline. For English speakers, that number is 1-866-OUR-VOTE, OURVOTE. I will include other languages in the episode notes. Now, let's say you get up to your place, you're up there talking to the poll worker, and they say your name is not on the registered voters list. First, ask them to double check. Spell out your name. These people are working really long days, and just like me, they're only human. If your name is not on that list, ask if there is a supplemental list of voters that they can check. If there is, then have them check it. Then you want to also make sure you're actually at the right polling place. This is totally something that would happen to me. So ask the poll worker to check for you. If they're not able to do that, maybe they don't have access to an online database, then ask them if they can call the main election office. You could also call that 1-866-OUR-VOTE number and ask that person to help you in verifying your polling place. Now, if you're at the correct polling place and the poll worker cannot find your name, you can still ask for a provisional ballot. That is called a provisional ballot, and you are entitled to that. After Election Day, election officials will determine if you are in fact eligible to vote, and if you are, then your vote will be counted. Now, if you're turned away or denied a provisional ballot, call the Election Protection Hotline. Again, that number is 1-866-OUR-VOTE. Also, Americans with disabilities have rights, right? So if you have a disability and are not able to stand in long lines, tell a poll worker. They should provide you with the chair or place to sit while you wait. People with disabilities absolutely have rights and should be allowed and empowered to vote. Also, in many areas, polling places have been reduced, so those lines can be really long. So be prepared. Bring a snack, bring water, wear maybe even absorbent undergarments. I'm not even kidding. Make sure you're wearing the appropriate clothing for the weather. Bring an umbrella if it looks like there's any chance of rain. And you also want to wear comfortable shoes. Other things to consider bringing are a portable phone charger, a lightweight folding seat, and something to keep you entertained. I would probably take a book and some knitting or crocheting. And you want to make sure that you find a nearby bathroom so that you can go to the bathroom right before you get in line. You can also ask poll workers if they have a system in place for reserving your spot in line should you need to use the restroom. I know in some places they may do this, and in other places they definitely do not, so always ask. Now, if you're not sure how you're going to get to the polls, Lyft and Uber are both offering 50% off rides to polls in most U.S. states today. On that Uber app, there is a Go Vote tile displayed at the top. So click that to book a ride to your nearest polling place. Unfortunately, California and Georgia are not included in this discount. I don't know why. They're just not. Lyft is also providing a 50% discount on all rides up to $10, and that includes bikes and scooters as well. Use the code VOTE24, which is valid until 10 p.m. in every time zone. You can also go to rideshare2vote.com, and that 2 is a number, rideshare2vote.com, and click on the Voters tab. Fill out a quick web form or call the toll-free number that's on that site to reserve your free ride. And while I would never condone missing class if you're a student, if the choice is voting or going to class, I would definitely go vote. You can get updates on class in another way. Today is your only chance to get out there and vote if you haven't done so already. So if you were on the fence about getting out there and voting, this is your chance to have a say in your future and our future as a nation. So remember, your vote is your voice, and your voice is your power. Happy Election Day to all my U.S. listeners.